Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you all are having a very great time. Today we are going to see how we can create a VPC peering connection. So the theoretical part of the same video has already created, so you can check it out. I will add the link in the description of this video. So what we are going to do is we will create a VPC peering connection today. We will have the hands-on lab. So just before going to the hands-on lab, I will quickly recap what is VPC and what is VPC peering connection. Basically, VPC, that stands for Virtual Private Cloud. VPC enables us to create a logically isolated network in the AWS cloud. So you can say it's our own network in the AWS cloud, and wherein we can create our resources such as EC2 instances, uh, DynamoDB, etc. Everything we can create within that VPC. So when we talk about peering connection, so it is nothing but we are just going to connect two VPCs. So say we have a requester VPC and an acceptor VPC or any other two VPCs. So we can connect these two VPC using VPC peering connection. So while doing that, these VPC connection are using their private IP addresses or IPv6 addresses, either IPv4 or IPv6 addresses that can be used to do the VPC peering connection. And once the peering has been done, the instances, see we have few of the instances, EC2 instances in peering in one VPC and few resources in another. They will think that they are not in different network, but they are part of the same network. Like that, they will communicate with each other. So the important thing is before creating a VPC peering connection is, see, the CIDR range, okay, that the IP address range of the two VPCs should not overlap with each other. That is the most important thing in order to create a successful VPC connection. So we can create the connection between the two VPCs which are in the same AWS account or which are in the different AWS account as well. And even if there is a one VPC in one particular region in the AWS and another VPC is in the different region, so in that case even we can create a VPC peering connection, and that connection is referred as inter-region VPC peering connection. Okay, so please note this. And in order to use this VPC peering connection, AWS uses existing infra. So it's not like, it's not a you can say it's not a gateway or a VPN connection, but it uses the existing infrastructure. And even AWS do not rely on any separate piece of hardware. So there is no requirement of any piece of hardware or anything that is required and to create the peering connection. Okay. And another most important thing is there is no single point of failure for communication or a bandwidth bottleneck with the VPC peering connection. So even once the VPC peering connection is established between two VPCs, so it's highly available. So it's not like we have created a VPC peering connection and because of some reason it may get failed. That's not the case. Okay. Then you will wonder, okay, how we can use the VPC peering connection. Suppose we have multiple AWS accounts, so we can pair the VPCs across our multiple AWS accounts. Maybe we can share do the file sharing network, or if say I have VPC in my VPC A, just for example I have an EC2 instance, and in VPC B I have, say, suppose a DynamoDB database. So if I want my EC2 instance to connect with DynamoDB, in that case we can do the peering connection, and so that the resources are allowed to communicate or talk to each other. Okay, so that is the important thing. And another most important thing about VPC peering connection is, like, there is no separate charges for connection, like for creating connection there is no separate charges that are required. So what is majority of the time we will be using the VPC peering connection for the data transfer. Okay, so if say the data transfer is within that availability zone, it will be entirely free. Say in the example we have two VPCs in the same availability zone which are paired, and we transferred, say, data or files. In that case there is no charges. But in case the both the VPCs are in different availability zones or different regions, in that case the data charges may be applicable in that case. Now let's see how we are going to do the peering connection today. Basically I have two VPCs, a requester VPC and acceptor VPC. You can see the requester VPC has the CIDR range 10.0.0.0/16 and acceptor has another CIDR range, that is 10.1.0.0/16. So both are CIDR range are not overlapping with each other, and between these two we will create a VPC peering connection. So let me log into AWS management console and we can establish this peering connection. So as you can see in my AWS management console here, I have already created two VPCs. One is named as requester VPC, another is named as acceptor VPC, just for understanding. And you can see the IPv4 CIDR range 10.0.0/16 and another is 10.1.0.0/16. Okay, so these are the two VPCs and we need to peer or connect both of them with each other. So for that purpose we can go to the peering connection here, and here you can click on create peering connection. So we can give it as a name like connection 5 something, any name you can give. Here the option is select a local VPC to pair with, that is requester. So here what will happen, one VPC will request the another VPC to establish the connection, or to it will be, you can say, as a handshake will happen between the two VPCs. So for that let me first select the requester VPC, like one of the VPC I can select, and you can see automatically it has picked up and status is associated. Now here it select another VPC to pair with, and as we covered in the PPT, the VPCs can be in own account, that is our own account, or another account as well, it can be. At the same time the VPCs also can be part of the same region. So right now you can see I'm in Mumbai, that is Asia Pacific AP South 1, or even the VPC that to be paired is another region, say maybe North Virginia or some other region, even that is fine and that can be paired. Okay, so right now I have both this VPC in the same region. I will just deselect will go with the default one. Now under VPC ID acceptor one, I will select the acceptor VPC. Okay, and it has automatically picked up that and status is associated. Tags is something we can optional. We can have total 50 tags, but right now I won't add any tags here, and I will just click on create peering connection. So as you can see, a peering connection, this is the peering connection, the ID has been requested. So right now it's just requested, it's not fully operational. Okay, so I can go back to peering connection, and you can see this is the connection that we just did. Here the status is showing as pending acceptance, and about a little bit information about this is you can accept or reject this peering connection request using actions, meaning you have until Saturday this time. So normally it seems we have 8 days of time before we can accept or reject this connection request. Okay, so I can click on actions and click on accept request, and here I will click on. So this is just kind of summary, which is request or VPC, what is accept or VPC, etc., and click on accept request. So now you can see peering connection has been established. Okay, so here you can see this is active, the active here you can see. So one of the most important thing is, see, once we have created peering connection, and once we need to do the data traffic transfer or allowing resources to talk to each other, what we need to do is we need to allow this peering connection in the route table of one of those VPC. Okay, so even you can check out my previous video on VPCs, route table, etc., to understand how we can create the route table and other things. So for that purpose I will go to route tables, and here you can see this is there are two different route table. One is for our request VPC, another is for accept VPC. So in either of this route table we will add that peering connection. Okay, so you can see this is the route table ID. I can click on this one and you can see the routes. Basically this is the route. So here 10.0.0./16 is local route, so that traffic remains locally inside that VPC, and 0.0.0/0 is for internet gateway, so that this VPC can be connected to the internet. Again, you can check out the previous video to ensure to understand like public subnets, private subnet, adding a route to how we can use the internet gateway and other things in order to connect with the internet. Okay, so that you can check it out. So here I will click on edit routes and click on add routes. Here what we need to do is this is our requester VPC. Okay, so in this case we need to add the CIDR of our acceptor VPC and give the connection of the peering connection. And so I'll just type here it's 10.1.0.0/32, because this is our acceptor VPC, this one. And in target you can search for peering. Yeah, peering connection you can see here, and it will automatically pick up the active connection, that is connection file that we just created, and we can click on save changes. Yeah, now the route table has been updated and you can see it here, so that is active now. So this is the way we can allow the resources between two VPCs to talk to each other and do the sharing and other thing. So that is for it, friends. And if you have any queries with respect to VPC peering connection, how we can do it, just feel free to write your queries in the comment section, and I will be very happy to assist you with your queries. And as I always used to mention, so the videos like this take some effort, so I would appreciate if you could like, share, comment and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And very happy learning to all of you. So thank you friends, and have a great day ahead. Bye bye.